Yo, what is going on, everybody? We are live. Welcome back to another collection video from me, AJ of AJ Reacts 2. I am excited to show off my book collection today. If you've seen the title, you know what we about to do, what we about to get into. Yo, I'm excited to show you guys what I have, and we about to get into this thing. So let's go. I did the intro a little too early, but anyway, we getting into it. So, the first week I did my DVD collection. The second week the second time I did it, I did my VHS collection, then my vinyl collection, and today we are showing off every book that I own. So I'm excited to show you guys. Let's get into these comments real quick. Stacy, my lovely wife, says can't wait to watch later. Sweet. Luke Reviews, what's going on, bro? Says I just finished Rendezvous with Rama today, sci-fi novel, which is also being adapted by Denis Villeneuve. Can't wait to see what you got. Awesome. I never heard Rendezvous with Rama. Never heard of that. Might have to look into that. Any good? Let me know. All right. It looks like we're going to get into this book collection video. Oh, before I get into it, make sure you like the video. Make sure you subscribe to my channel if you're interested in videos like this. I'm going to be doing some other collection videos. I believe my next one is my video game collection, and I'm going to show off my consoles, controllers, video games that I own for those consoles, and it's going to be that one's going to be fun. So if you're into stuff like that, just hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, so you're up to date. Yeah, so one more comment. A real good, solid 4 out of 5. Gonna be amazing movie. Bit of Arrival meets Interstellar. Okay, cool. Funny thing about Arrival, I didn't love Arrival. I know that's an odd thing to say because a lot of people really enjoy Arrival, but it didn't hit me the first time I watched it. So maybe on the second watch, I'll enjoy it a lot more. I've been thinking about getting a 4K, thinking about getting the steelbook for it. I've been seeing it here and there, so I don't know. I watched it once. I actually bought it. I think it was on DVD, but yeah, I watched it and I was like, this really ain't for me. Yeah, ready in the pitchforks for sure. For sure, bro. But anyway, let's get into this thing. Starting off with the numbers. I actually had a lot of numbers. I didn't realize that I had a lot of titles that started with a number. The first one, I was really big into like self-help type of books. So The 5 Love Languages is one of my prized possessions. I love this book. It's helped me pretty much in every facet of my life. It's by Gary Chapman, and it talks about how people receive love, how people give love, and understanding, folks and your relationships and things like that. This is something that I suggest everyone to read. If they're in any kind of relationships, it doesn't matter if it's a romantic relationship, anything, your family, your friends, anything. So this is a great one, and I refer to it a lot. So I had this big phase where I was doing a lot of self-help books, reading a lot of self-help books, going into getting married. I think that's when I really was like, you're going to see a lot of videos or a lot of books here where it's like marriage books or, stuff like that. So, all right. 5 Love Languages. And all right, we have a comedy book here. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. The 7 Secrets of Awakening a Highly Effective 4-Hour Giant Today. This is kind of like a self-help book, but it's a comedy book based on It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I'm not sure if you guys have heard of that show, but it's a hilarious show. I love that show. It's got some funny stuff on the back. No money back guarantee. It's funny. But yeah, I think it's just different situations that the characters get in to help you live your life effectively. This one is a popular book. This is another self-help book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, kind of just giving you pointers of success on success and things like that. I haven't read this, but I do plan on reading it. Getting into kind of some novels. The 100. This was a book before it was a show on CW. This is Homecoming. I think this might be the second installment, and I haven't even read the first one, but I watched the show when it was on CW, like the first 2 seasons, and then I kind of dropped off. But yeah, the 100. CW shows always have like the same kind of quality to me. Luke Ponto, what's going on, AJ? What is going on, Luke Ponto? Comic books too. I have a few comic books. I do have a few comic books. Not a lot, surprisingly, but I get a lot of my comics from the library. And I'm going to show off at the end of the video what I actually have checked out. I have 9 books checked out of the library right now. So I'm going to show those off, and there's some comics in there. The next book is 101 Sci-Fi Movies. This is actually a cool little booklet. It's really small. If you can see, it's tiny, but it like shows off like different iconic sci-fi films, and like you got Invisible Man, and you got War of the Worlds, like the original, Invaders from Mars. And I was trying to find Back to the Future. I saw Back to the Future in here yesterday. What is this? Yeah, see, it's some stuff in here that I don't know. This is 2001 Space Odyssey. Let me see. Tron, stuff like that. So it kind of just goes into like who made the movie and the impact that it had on society and how we look at movies today. So yeah, this is pretty cool. I've looked through it, but I haven't read everything in the book. But Luke says, I've seen almost the whole show of The 100. For whatever reason, I haven't finished the last season. Yeah, man. I mean, I feel like the show fell off a little bit, but I don't think it was that strong to begin with, but it's kind of just one of those shows that, like, if you catch it, you kind of want to catch up with it, but it's not like a priority. I've got 1,000 movies booked. I have 1,000 movies booked by the New York Times. Oh, 1,000 movies. That's cool. Get a little swig. Today's video has been brought to you by Sprite. I wish I got sponsored. Sprite, sponsor me. I drink a lot of your product. Anyway, The 100 peaks at season 4. Really? Maybe I need to pick it back up, because I think I don't even think I finished season 2, to be honest. Yeah. Back to this. This is another self-help book, 150 Secrets to a Happy Wife. I was really getting into these self-help books around my marriage, and you're gonna see a lot more of these. But this one is probably my favorite, actually. It's very funny. It's like a comedy book. I didn't realize that when I picked it up, but it's more like a comedy book. And I actually lost my copy of this. And then I was like, I have to have this book. So I ordered it on Amazon, another copy, because I couldn't live without this book. And I haven't went back to it since I got married, but I definitely want to. It just shows you different things to make your wife happy, and definitely put her in front of yourself. So next one is The Last of the Numbers. It's Kathy Reich's book. I've never read a Kathy Reich's book, but she is the creator of Bones, or wrote the books inspired by the show Bones, and that was one of my all-time favorite shows when it was on. So I love Bones and 206 Bones. That's the name of this. Every title of hers, I think, has the word bones in it. So, and I haven't read a single book of hers, but I have multiple. So it's time to get reading on her books. All right, moving on to the A's. Actually, I got a comment. Stacy says, "I'm happy wife, so it worked out." That's funny. So moving on to the A's, we got Adele. I think it's just kind of like a book on her life, celebration of an icon, her music. So it might have a little bit to do with her life, but kind of just shows how she's got brought to stardom and things like that, how she started. I think it has photos. Yeah, it got some photos. This is an older book, so you're gonna see older photos of her. Yeah, that's like beginning Adele. Like that's like right when she started, pretty much. Started getting big. Yep. One of my favorite artists of all time. I think I will say that she's probably my number one female artist of all time. I love Adele. Get another drink here. I'm still reading the Black Phone stories in the build up to the movie this summer. I do want to read that. I don't know if I want to read that before I watch the movie or after, but I know it's a book of short stories, so it should be a pretty easy read. Let me know after you finish the book. Let me know how you feel about it. All right, so next one is Alias. I actually picked this one up at the Goodwill. I saw this and I was like, you know what? Let me pick this up real quick and see what it's about. I know it's based on a show, and I watched the first season of the show after I read this book. I don't know if I even ever finished this book, but I got this a really, really long time ago. But I don't know if I'll ever finish or reread this book. I just own it. I just never finished the show. I watched the first season. It was pretty good. Jennifer Garner as a secret agent. It's kind of cool. Next one is American Assassin, the book that the movie is based off of with Dylan O'Brien and Michael Keaton. And it's by Vince Flynn. And I know nothing about this. I know nothing about this book, but I know it's a major motion picture and it's from Target. But I don't think I bought this from Target, though. I think I got it somewhere else. It just had that sticker on it. Next one is this is the last of the A's. It's Attack on Titan, the first volume. This is my first manga that I'm showing off, but I really enjoy reading manga. So, and I love anime. So, got a Naruto shirt on right now. But Attack on Titan, amazing series. Now, I haven't read all of the manga, so I think I do that so I don't get spoiled. Usually manga is beat for beat what the anime is like. So Attack on Titan, the volume 1, I only read the first one. So I think maybe after the series is all the way over, I'll go back and read the manga. But moving on to the B's. Batman Under the Red Hood. And this is actually a Blu-ray. It has the Blu-ray discs in there, and then it has the comic. So it's hardback comic. So this is pretty awesome. This is one of my prized possessions. They were actually selling this at Best Buy for like $10, and I was like, yo, they had some other ones too, but this one it stood out to me, and I picked it up. And I still haven't seen the animated film, but I read this comic, so I need to watch the animated film Under the Red Hood. I heard it's really good. I picked this up because the cover looked kind of cool. The Best Revenge. I don't know anything about this. Written by Stephen White, so I don't know anything about this book. But cover looked kind of cool. So, then I have The Blind Side. Haven't read this book either. I've seen the movie multiple times. I really enjoyed the movie. That's why I picked up the book. And yeah. I actually bought this one for my wife, and I kind of bought it for myself as well because I knew that I wanted to read it after she was done with it, but I still haven't read it. It's by Kristen Ritter. It's called Bonfire. Kristen Ritter, aka Jessica Jones. So I kind of wanted to read that because she wrote it, and I just never got around to doing it. It's been off my radar for a while, but I'm gonna get into it. I'm gonna read it. But Bonfire, I don't even know what it's about, but Stacy said it was cool. So, all right, last B, and this is another Kathy Reichs book, Break No Bones. I don't have nothing to say about that because I haven't read it. All right. Oh, this is Kayla, by the way. What's up, Kayla? What is going on? Thank you for stopping by. Moving on to the C's. Codename Villanelle. This is the book that Killing Eve is based off of. And I read this. I like this book. I didn't love it. I know there's sequels to it. I have to read the other books, but I love Killing Eve. I love that show. I love that series. It's a great show. Jodie Comer and Sandra Oh are phenomenal in the show. So I wanted to pick up the book, and I read it. I like it. Don't love it. I think that's all I have to say about it. Codename Villanelle. It's kind of short. It's kind of a short book. I was getting to the end. I was like, wait, this can't be the only book because we're not where we need to be in this. So I saw that there were 2 more books after it. So yeah. Another self-help book. This is The Last of the Seas. Couple's Guide to Communication. Never read it. I just picked it up at the library book sale. All right, moving on to the D's. It's another one that I thought that the cover looked cool, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna pick it up. Dear Daughter. It was from the library book sale. A lot of these books are from the library book sale, where I just throw them in the bag. And the bag costs $7, so I just throw anything in there that looks cool or something that I'm interested in, and hey. So Dear Daughter by Elizabeth Little. I'll read it at some point. Another Kathy Reichs, Devil Bones. Divergent. And I'm gonna just show off the rest of them. I got Insurgent hardback. I got Divergent paperback, and then I got the other 2 hardback. What's up with that? I got Insurgent and Allegiant. I've only read Divergent. Really, really enjoyed this book, but I just never finished the series by Veronica Roth. Yeah, just show them off like that. Divergence. That's out of order. I gotta show it in order. Divergent, Insurgent, and Allegiant. All right, moving on to this behemoth. Yo, it's huge. It's heavy too. It's a Doctor Who book. It's actually called Winter's Dawn Season's End. I didn't realize that until I was done putting everything in in order of alphabetically. I saw this at the library book sale, and I had to have it. I'm a huge Doctor Who fan. I'm a Whovian, and I had to have this because it's a huge book. It's a comic. It's a comic book, if you can see. So David Tennant. That's cool. But yeah, so like it's a huge book, hardback, and it's embossed. You can feel the windows and the TARDIS, and then the back is embossed as well. So it's pretty awesome. Cool book. I've read some of it, but I haven't gone through the whole entire thing. Need to do that. All right. Moving on to the E's. Eat, Pray, Love. I haven't seen this movie. I've always wanted to watch it ever since it came out. I wanted to watch this movie, but I didn't get into it, and I haven't read this book yet. I think I'm gonna read the book before I watch the movie. I think that's one of the ones where I was like, I'm gonna read the book before I watch the movie, so I can know the context, so I can kind of compare contrast. So yeah, Eat, Pray, Love by Elizabeth Gilbert, and that's the only E that I have. Let's go to the comments. Let's see what folks are saying. Second Street Marvel, what's going on, bro? I like that movie series. Nice. Luke Reviews said, yes, the good old young adult dystopian series. Yes, Divergent. I read Divergent and Insurgent, but I haven't read Allegiant. Nice. I got 1984 graphic novel. Haven't read it yet. That's cool. That's dope. Second Street Marvel. I got something Marvel coming up next. It's a Fantastic Four novelization. It's one of those books that the movie comes out, then they have a book for it. Like I think there's a couple in here like that it wasn't necessarily books turned to film, but it was film turned to book, which is kind of topsy-turvy there. But this is a novelization of the film Fantastic Four that came out. Get a closer look at that. Yeah. But yeah, I've never read this, but I don't know if I ever will, honestly. And then the last F I have is Freedom Riders. Love this movie. Seen it multiple times. It's very powerful and impactful, but I never read the book. Picked it up because I enjoy the movie, so I gotta like the book, right? Hilary Swank. This is by Aaron Grudwell. So, Freedom Riders. Moving on to the GGGGGs. Move this closer. All right. The Girl on the Train, Paula Hawkins. And I saw the trailer for this movie, and I was like, you know what? I think I want to read the book. Picked up the book, didn't read it, but my wife did. She said it was decent. And I heard the movie wasn't that great. Starring Emily Blunt. So I don't know. Hopefully it's good. It looks like a thriller. Looks like one of those thriller films. So, Girl on the Train. All of the films have a novelization. Would not expect Fantastic Four to have one. Me either. I don't know if I'm ever going to read that. I used to read a lot of films turned to books when I was a kid. Second Street Marvel says. Yeah, I used to do that too. I know I had an Iron Man one when it came out. There was a novelization to that. I would always ask my grandma to bring me to Barnes and Noble because she was really big into, like, you don't need to watch so much TV. You need to read books. So I would always have her bring me to Barnes and Noble so I could go to the novelizations of the movie so I can enjoy them that way. But my grandma, like, the thing about my grandma is, like, she is one of the main people that got me into loving movies. She would take me to the movie theater all the time, and we would see movies all the time together. So I don't know, but she was also like, you need to read. So I guess if I read, she would take me to the movies, so it kind of worked out. All right, back to the G's. I have Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, so paperback, and then I got the hardback of Girl Who Played with Fire. This one is actually my wife's book, but this is mine. So I bought this, and then she bought this. Neither one of us have read either one, but I seen the original movie. I think it's Swedish. I think it's a Swedish film. I could be wrong, but I really enjoy that movie. And then I saw the American version with Daniel Craig. Not as great, but it's good. I really enjoyed that one too. I think I need to pick up both of those movies. But yeah, we have these two, but I think there's one more in the series. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think there's one more book in this series, but we haven't read the first two. So I guess when we read the first two, we will actually go get the third one. So then we have this modern classic, Gillian Flynn's Gone Girl. Great book. I've actually sat down and read this book. It's a great book, great film, David Fincher. So yeah, Gone Girl. It's very intense. It's a thriller in every sense of the word. So very intense. All right, moving on to H. I'm kind of trucking along. This is we 25 minutes in. We trucking along. All right, we got Harleen. I can't even say this person's name. I'm not even gonna butcher it. So you guys take a look at that and see how you spell that and sound it out. That's who it's by. All right, and I love this cover because it's kind of like the American Psycho slip cover for the steelbook. It's kind of like she's taking her mask off. Yeah, Harleen. I really love the animation in this, and it's really about Harleen Quinzel, not necessarily Harley Quinn. How she becomes Harley Quinn, and just show got Batman in there, Commissioner Gordon, and things like that. I don't think I actually finished reading this, so yeah, I gotta sit down and read it in its entirety, but I did read a lot of it. Next one is The Help. I really enjoyed this movie, but I haven't read the book. Another one of those. Oh yes, The Hobbit. J.R.R. Tolkien. Tolkien. Fantastic book. Doesn't need 3 movies to tell this story, but they did it anyway. Kind of regrettably, but this is a fantastic book. A prequel to The Lord of the Rings, which we'll get into when we get to the L's. But Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit. Love this book. I've read it twice. And last H, Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins. Read this book once. Haven't read any of the other series. I do like the film series to an extent. I loved it when it came out in the theaters. Like I was there day one for each film, but at this point, like looking back at the movies, there's only like half of the series that I actually like. No, I'm not gonna pick up the 4K steelbook set. No, I'm not gonna do that. I thought about it, but I don't really love the set like that, and the movies are kind of So, see what the comments are saying. The Girl on the Spider's Web. Yeah, so that's the third one in that series. I haven't seen that movie. I know there was a movie of it, but I haven't seen the movie. Was there a movie of Girl That Played with Fire? An American version? Because I know there was an original version of the Girl That Played with Fire, but I don't know. What about the Harry Potter sitting on the shelf back there? I was gonna show those off, but I would feel like a fraud because yeah, my wife has all of the Harry Potter books, and she actually has a box set up there, and I wanted to show them off in this video, but then I was like, I kind of feel like a fraud because they're her books, and she grew up with those books. Like those are the books from her childhood, so I feel like me saying like, "Hey, I could actually go get them. I could show them off, honestly." And they're definitely hers though. They're not mine. I want to make sure that's said because I know she's watching this video, so I don't want her to be like in the comments, "Show the Harry Potter books." Okay, I'm gonna show them off. I hear the Hunger Games is the second great. Oh wait. Oh, I read the Hunger Games in the second grade. I think I read the second one too. Do it. Do it now. Do it now. Right in the middle of my. Well, I am on the H's. Give me a second. I guess I'll do those. Give me a sec. Okay. I guess y'all are making me do this. All right. I'm going to show off the box set first because it has the first 4 books and it is tattered. Yo, it is. Look at this. This has been used. This has been read multiple times. So, yeah, I'm going to show them inside the box and then I'm going to pull them out. I don't want to tear it any more than they actually are. So it shows J.K. Rowling's Harry Potter, the first 4, Scholastic. I'll show these off. I really hope I don't rip or tear these books. She's going to have my head. Dang, they're really hard to get out too. All right. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Yo, this has been through the ringer. Yeah, so Sorcerer's Stone, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. And then this one doesn't look as worn. So she didn't really read Chamber of Secrets all like that. She read it, but she didn't read it like 50,000 times. Yeah, I do plan on reading all these books, by the way. She has them, so. And Prisoner of Azkaban. Maybe it might not be that she didn't read these a lot, but she might have like learned how to take care of them a little bit better after the first one. And then this one is thick. Goblet of Fire. Thick. Yes. Make sure I'm putting these back very meticulously so I don't get murdered. Shoot. All right. Uh-oh. 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 Here. Let's do it like this. Let's do it like this. All right. We in there. All right. We got it. So this is the box set. The first 4. And then the rest of them, she has hardback. So Order of the Phoenix. Harry Potter and the Order of Phoenix. Order of the Phoenix. This one is thick as well. There's the spine. And there's the back. Order of the Phoenix. This is my favorite movie. So hopefully I enjoy the book. I'm looking for Deathly Hallows Part 1 and 2, but that's only for the movies. All right. This is Half-Blood Prince. Harry Potter and Half-Blood Prince. And then Deathly Hallows. The final book in the series. Harry Potter and Deathly Hallows. And by J.K. Rowling. Okay. We won't get into that. But and then she has this, the Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. This is more like a play. This is not necessarily part of the series. It is, but it's not. It's what happens after the series, but it's like kind of in play format. So yeah, let's see what y'all are saying. That's called vintage. Yeah, I guess. Order of the Phoenix is even thicker. Yeah, it is. Goblet of Fire is my favorite Harry Potter book. Really? Okay. I think you mentioned that before, but yeah. I don't know which one is going to be my favorite. I'm gonna go through them. I'm gonna read them all though. I really love the series, the film series. So that was the end of the H's. Once again, those Harry Potter books are not mine; they're my wife's. So I'm gonna actually put these back because I'm not trying to. What are you doing with my Harry Potter? Brief intermission. I don't know if you guys can even hear me right now, but make sure I'm getting these in here right. Oh, I put them out of order. Oh no, she might notice. And we're back. All right. See what y'all are saying in the comments. They're yours too. You guys all have one. Or you guys are all one. I get that, but these are books from her childhood, and if they're like if there's anything that I do to them that are not right, she'll have my head. Stacey's not mean, y'all. I want to say that right now. She's not mean, but she's kind of meticulous sometimes. She makes sure things are in the order, in the exact place that they need to be. So I think I put those up there, put them back pretty nicely. Hope so. She might be like, "What did you do?" Me like, "I put them back. They're not right." But anyway, moving on to the eyes. I Might Regret This by Abby Jacobson. I actually bought this for Stacy. We both enjoyed a show, Broad City, and Abby Jacobson is one of the stars of that series. So I was like, might as well pick up the book. I think this might be her, like, talking about her drawings and her art because she is an artist as well. So they talk about that in the show, actually, but talks about her art and her drawings and things like that in her life. So I haven't read it, but Stacy read it. She enjoyed it. Yo, talk about thick books. Talk about thick books. Yo, this is a behemoth. This is a monster right here. I haven't started it. I think it's because I'm a little intimidated, but I do want to read it. I do want to read this book eventually. But I don't know, man. It's by Stephen King. I haven't read a single Stephen King book. I started The Outsiders, which I still have. I think that's actually my mother-in-law's book, and I have that still. And I think it's been like a year or two since I borrowed it. So I'm gonna actually show it off, and I'm actually gonna give that book back to her, so I don't feel like I stole something from her. But she read it already, so I think she said it was okay. All right, so that's the last of the eyes. I really enjoyed the It movies, but that book is a monster. It, my favorite book and my favorite author. Nice. I got the same version. Yeah, I wanted to get the version that was not the movie poster on it. Some wild stuff goes down in that book. That's what I hear. I hear that it's kind of wild. Yo, it is humongous. It is. I got to page 49. Yo, let's look at what page 49 looks like in this. Page 49. Yo, this is how far you got. Yo, this is how far you got. This is page 49. This is how far you got in this book, bro. Look at that. Look. That's how much you read. Oh, shoot. I could do some serious damage with that brick of a book. For sure. I got the movie poster version. Got you. I like when it's the original or like original artwork for books rather than the movie poster version, but yeah. Every single character in that book has a 10-page backstory or more. I'm surprised that it's only 10 pages. Because that book, let me see how many pages are actually in this book. It's got to be over 1,000. Let's see. Yeah, it's 1,152 pages in this book. 1,153 pages. And then you got the acknowledgments in the back. But, yo, it's bigger than the Bible. Is it? I don't know. Maybe. All right. Moving on to the J's. Michael Crichton, Jurassic Park. I love this book or this series. Haven't read the book. I started the book. I got to like chapter 3, I think. I can't really remember, but I didn't get very far in this book. It's a little slow for me. I'm ready to have things pick up, but I love the movie series, and I'm ready for the new movie, the latest movie that's coming out, Dominion, to come out this summer. But yeah, Michael Crichton's Jurassic Park. I need to actually crack into this and really give it a good read. And then I have Just Mercy by Brian Stevenson. It is the book that the movie is based off of. And yeah, Brian Stevenson is a very influential lawyer that made a lot of breakthroughs in our society. So I am ready to read that one. So I don't have any K's. Moving on to L's. Little Fires Everywhere. I actually just picked this one up. I really enjoyed the series on Hulu, so I'm ready to crack into this one. It was $4.99, so I got a pretty good deal on this. By Celeste Ng. Nig. Okay. Now we're getting to my books. My precious. Got the Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Rings, Two Towers, and Return of the King. I got all of these for about $3.50. I've got this one old like a while back ago. I'm actually in the middle of this book. I'm reading it right now. This is where I'm at. Read this much of the book. This is my wife's bookmark that I've been using. But what page am I on? I'm on page 97 right now. Out of what, 4 or something. 458. So I am about a quarter of the way through, but I've been reading it kind of slowly but surely. But yeah, Two Towers and Return of the King. These are the movie, it's not the original artwork or anything, but these are from the movies. It's okay. Moving on to the M's. That was the last of the L's. Moving on to the M's. I'm actually gonna grab these and put them up here because I don't want to keep bending down like that. Oh God, nope. I'm just gonna do it like this. All right, the manual. This is just Another one of those self-help books that is okay. The subtitle is "A True Bad Boy Explains How Men Think, Date, and Mate, and What Women Can Do to Come Out on Top." I'm just this one. I'm probably just gonna throw this one away or like give it away or something. This is just one that I saw. I was like, "Oh, this seems interesting." By Steve Santaji or Santaji. I don't even want to say that because I'm butchering it, but the manual, I don't know why I have this. I was like just on a spree of getting self-help books. Like, oh, this seems interesting. Okay. Uh Married for Life. This is a book, inspirations from those married for 50 years and more. So it's just kind of like little stories and passages. I love how like small the book is, and like it has like the border around it, just about, you know, stories of people that have been married for over 50 years and like little tidbits of information that they can inspire new married folks. So, and I have The Maze Runner by James Dashner, and I haven't read this book. This is another one of the movie series, and I was like, I'm going to read the book before I actually watch the movie, and I haven't read the book yet, so I haven't watched the movies. So this is one that I picked up. I bought it on Amazon a while ago, and I just never got into it, never read it. So soon to be a major motion picture. Those movies are so old now. All right, another Stephen King, and I don't even have a cover for this, but it is Misery. I know Luke is going crazy over there. He loves Stephen King, and I know he really likes this book too. I just watched the movie for the first time, and I enjoyed it. So I do want to read the book. I think this was another one of the ones where I was like, I'm going to read the book before I watch the movie, but I ended up watching the movie before I read the book. So, you know, what you gonna do? By every character, I mean you will meet a character for only one scene, but they will have their own chapter. Got you. To the King, yes. I want to try to read the Lord of the Rings this year. I don't feel like they're that long. If you read it, you could read all three Lord of the Rings. Seeing the extended editions in theaters over the next 3 weeks. Are you talking about Lord of the Rings? Lord of the Rings are dropping the extended editions at your theater? Yo, I might need to make a trip. I would love to see Lord of the Rings in the theater, bro. I would love that. Alex Thomas says, I need to get some more books. Yeah, you do, man. You go to half price books all the time, man. You just pick up something. They're not really that expensive. Pick up something for like $4 here and there. You know, build your collection. The Maze Runner series is pretty cool. That's what I hear. I hear they're pretty cool. Luke Review says, I haven't read Misery yet or seen the Oh, you haven't read Misery or seen the movie? That's kind of surprising. I just picked up Misery on Blu-ray recently. I want to get the 4K, but I can't really find it anywhere now, like in stores. From Stephen King, I've read Carrie, It, Cujo, and The Shining. Nice. Last night, I actually went to go see Doctor Sleep in the theaters. Yeah, they're showing Lord of the Rings extended here, one every Saturday starting next week. That is awesome. That's really cool. I would love to do that. Yo, I would love to do that, bro. I really, really hope they do something like that here in the States. I don't know. Modern Family book. I don't know why I have this. I like the show, but I think that's why. I like the show. I saw this book at the library book sale. I just threw it in the bag. I was just throwing stuff in the bag at that point. I think it just goes through the characters and shows, different photos, and I haven't even really looked at this. at all. So, whatever. Wow. Exactly. Wow. What is in the Modern Family book? It's like I was saying, it's like showing the families and showing the characters and stuff. I don't know. Lines from the show, it looks like. So, I don't know. Probably will never read that, to be honest. And then I have the Mortal Instruments, City of Bones. I really like this movie, surprisingly. The first movie. And I picked up this book, never read it, but I liked the movie, so I was like, let me pick this up. I got it for wait. I don't remember paying that much. I might have got this from the library book sale and just threw it in the bag, but because I don't remember paying $10 for this. But same with this one, I think. Picked this one up, The Mountain Between Us. I knew it was going to become a movie, so I was like, let me get the book. Haven't read it. My wife read it and absolutely loved it. My mother-in-law read it and absolutely loved it. So this is one that I feel like I have to read eventually. This one of those book or movie to novelization books. Wait, is it? Was this? No, I think this was a novelization. I'm pretty sure this was a novelization movie to book situation. Or was it a book originally? I don't know. But Mr. and Mrs. Smith, I saw it, put it in the bag. This is a mini book, My Hero Academia manga, little mini book that I got when I went to go see the newest movie. And yeah, it's like the thinnest thing you'll ever see in your life. It's so thin. All right. Let me move these over here. Give me a second. Okay. We back. All right. Next, I don't have any N's. Moving on to the O's. And I have 2 One Punch Man mangas, volume 1 and volume 2. I enjoy this series. I've actually read all of the manga for this. So, One Punch Man, awesome manga. Have not seen one episode of the series, of the anime series, but I do enjoy the manga. Stephen King's Outsider. I started this, and this is actually not mine. This is my mother-in-law's. I'm going to give this back to her very soon because I don't want to hold on to her books. But this is The Outsider. I really wanted to read this because the show was on HBO, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna read the book and then watch the show. And now I have the show on Blu-ray. I have the season 1 on Blu-ray, but I haven't read the book, so I haven't seen the show. Whatever. You got to read Dune before part 2 comes out, or for sure read it after. If you rather experience the movie first, I think I'd rather experience the movie first and then read the book. I don't know if I want to read Dune like that. I don't know. I heard that is like really confusing. I don't know. Did you read Dune? I'm guessing you've read it since you're suggesting it. But yeah. All right, that's the end of the O's. Now on to no P's, Q's. Now on to the R's. Ready Player One. I have read this book. It's a little thick, but I read this book. It's decent. I think it's way too many references. Like, I feel like they refer to stuff just to refer to it. I think every single major fandom is mentioned in this book. I don't think they mentioned Harry Potter, but Like they mentioned Star Wars and Indiana Jones and all these like big franchises, and I think they just name drop to name drop. Just and the story, I already saw the movie before I read this, so I was just kind of like, get to the point already. We already know what's about to happen. So maybe if I read the book before I saw the movie, I would have enjoyed it more. But I don't know. Ready Player One was decent. Ready Player Two, I don't know if I want to read that. I don't know, man. I read it after seeing part one, and that really helped me understand it better. Okay. Okay. Good to know. All right. Then I have a devotional that's based on Star Wars. So 40-day devotional. So by Paul Kent. It's awesome. Yeah. This cover is just bad. Look at this cover. I don't know why I have this. This is another one of those library book sale things that I just threw in the bag. Reborn, a dead man adventure. Why? I don't know. I don't know. Why am I the way that I am? Another novelization to a movie that everybody hates. A Resident Evil, the final chapter novelization. I really enjoy the Resident Evil series. I have not seen the final chapter. Kind of dreading it. But I just threw this in the bag at the library book sale because I saw Resident Evil. And no wonder why somebody was trying to sell that. Next one is Room. It's got a little dent, and I don't think you can even see that on the screen, but it's got a little dent in here. Room, phenomenal film. This is another book that, well, this is Stacy's book, I think. I think she bought this, but this is another book that I was like, I want to read the book before I see the movie. Saw the movie already. Now I got to read the book. I'm actually in the middle of it. I started it, but I didn't finish. I think I'm like maybe 10 pages in, so you can barely say I started it. But Room is a phenomenal film, so I want to just sit down and read the book. It's really great and inspiring, so I'm sure the book will be the same. All right, moving on to the S's. The Shack by W.M. Paul Young. And yeah, The Shack. Sherlock Holmes. And then a classic book of Sherlock Holmes. Oh, this is Sherlock, and this is Sherlock Holmes. Whatever. Just some adventures with Sherlock. Kathy Reichs, another one. Spider Bones. I know these books are about to fall next to me. Star Trek Memories. I really enjoy Star Trek, the original series. My mom actually showed me that when I was a kid, and we watched it together. But William Shatner wrote a book, well, with Chris Kresge, but he wrote a book about Star Trek Memories. Let's see if there's any photos. Yeah, there's some photos in here. It's cool. The classic series. And I have the Star Wars book. It's called From the Adventures of Luke Skywalker. And I don't even have a cover for this. The cover got ripped off. This is a book from 1977. So I don't want to get rid of it. I might read it. I don't know. Like the pages are so fragile. And it has like that old book smell. I don't know if you guys are familiar what it is, but they have these photos in the middle. 1977, you guys. Look at that. Crazy stuff. I feel like if you turn the page, it's going to just rip out of this book. You know, Luke and Leia, C-3PO, R2-D2, and Chewie, Darth Vader, Han Solo, Grand Moff Tarkin, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Yeah. So that's this book. Then I got this book because the cover looked awesome, and it's Star Wars Queen Shadow. It's got Padme. I guess it's about Padme. I don't really know what this book is about, but Star Wars. Yeah, these books are about to tumble. I'm just gonna let them fall. All right. Moving on to I got the last stack here. And these are the T's because so moving on to T. Top of the Rock. Inside Rise and Fall of Must See TV. NBC. I think all these are NBC shows. Just kind of talking about the rise and fall of each show. Talking about Cheers, Friends, Seinfeld, Law and Order, Frasier, ER, Third Rock from the Sun, Mad About You, and Will and Grace. So just kind of talking about those shows. I guess Cosby Show. They have the Cosby Show down there. I don't know. But yeah, it's talking about the history of television and the rise and fall of these shows. So. To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee. I really enjoy this book. I read this in school. I love the movie, love the book. I'm glad I own this hardback. True Grit. Never read it. Saw the remake. And it's decent. It's not bad. True Love, another self-help book by Eva Marie Everson. Oh, Twilight. This is one of those movie poster books. Yeah, I like this book. I like the Twilight book. I haven't read any of the other ones, but I read the first book twice. I read this multiple times, and I enjoyed it the exact amount each time. The first movie is not great. Like, none of the movies are great, I'll tell you that. But I really like this book. All right. No use, so I'm moving on to V. I'm just going to show these off together. Veronica Mars. I had a huge Veronica Mars phase. I love the series. Love the characters. Love everything about it. So I picked up the books. I read the first one. Really, really enjoyed this book. I got halfway through the second one, and it drags a little bit, but it's not bad. Yeah, Veronica Mars. Love this series and the movie. I wanted to get Gillian Anderson book because I really enjoy X-Files, and Gillian Anderson is one of the stars of X-Files. So I was like, okay, she wrote a book, could be cool. Didn't really care for this book, man. I read the whole thing. I read it all. And I was like, Gillian Anderson, you might want to just act. Like, you might want to just stick to acting. I don't know if people enjoy this book or hate it. I don't know. But I personally didn't enjoy it. It wasn't great to me. So, Gillian Anderson. All right. Moving on to the last letter because I don't have any X, Y's, or Z's. So the last category is going to be W. This is actually a book that my grandma suggested to me to read. She said, "Who Moved My Cheese?" It's definitely a self-help book that kind of shows you like how to maneuver through this maze of life, basically. So, who moved my cheese? Like, how to accept when things don't go your way or as planned. How to accept that and how to move on from that. So, Who Moved My Cheese? It's a good book. It's like probably the shortest book that I own besides the My Hero Academia. This is like probably the shortest self-help book I own. It's only what? How many pages? It's only 93 pages. It's not very long at all. But it's beneficial. And last but not least, I got this big stack. Oh, shoot. Whew. Got this big stack of the Walking Dead comics. I actually were gifted these. Somebody was going to give these away. My sister-in-law was going to give these away, and she actually gave them to me. I was like, "Yeah, I'll take them. I really enjoy Walking Dead comics." So, I'll just show off the covers here. Walking Dead, book 1, book 2, book 3, book 4, book 5, and book 6. I got into the comics after I got into the show back in 2013, I think. I think 2013 is when I got into the show. Yeah, I really enjoyed the comics, and I would love to sit there and compare the comics to the show and like how they differentiated from each other. And yeah, I had actually just caught up. I think the last book that I read was 14 though. And I think there's 15 books total. So I need to read book 15, but yeah, I'm pretty much caught up on the Walking Dead comic series. I just go to the library and pick them up, so no biggie there. So yeah, that is the end of my collection video, but I did say that I wanted to show off what I actually have checked out from the library right now. So I'm going to show that off right now. I got 9 items, probably 10, but I want to pick them up actually because I don't want to keep bending down. Okay. Got this stack. Oh, shoot. This one is a thick one. I'm actually in the middle of this one right now, but it is a horror manga by Junji Ito, Uzumaki, and it is the Spiral into Horror. I'm halfway through it. It's a little bit of a tough read. No offense to any Junji Ito fans. I am not that big on this book. Like, this book is decent, but I feel like the content is like there's so much horror in the book where it loses its effect. I feel like it should be a little bit more subtle. Like, every other page is a disturbing image, and I'm just like, it's kind of getting tired. Like, I'll probably open this book and something is weird happening. Yeah. Like, somebody caught in a wheel. Like, somebody's inside that. Like, every other page is like a horror thing, and I'm just like, okay, we get it. It doesn't necessarily even have to be this thick. Like, I don't know, man. I'm not loving it. It's not horrible, but I'm not loving it. I've been suggested Junji Ito books here and there, so I wanted to give them a try. And I actually have some ordered at the library, so I'm probably going to read some more of it, but I don't know. Jujutsu Kaisen, volume 11. I don't know why. I've never read this manga before. I don't know why I started at 11. I think it's because I just saw it on the shelf at the library, so I was like, let me pick it up. I want to get prepared for the movie that's coming out. So I read this, and it's not bad. It's just I read it out of context, so I didn't really know half the stuff that was going on. I actually caught up with the anime. I'm excited for the movie coming out. I got my ticket already. Then I got the Moon Knight comics. I got 2 Moon Knight comics from the library. And if the Disney Plus series is anything like these comics, we're in for a treat. We are in for a treat. I really love Alita, Battle Angel. I love that movie, so I wanted to pick up some of the manga, hardback mangas for Alita. So I'm gonna definitely give these a read. And I saw a little bit of the anime. I think it's a film, anime film. I don't know if it's a series or a film, but I caught some on YouTube, and I like that. So I want to read the manga. All right, last three, and then I'll be out of your hair. Batman and Son. I think these are just kind of different things to do with Batman and Robin, or Batman and I think that's Batman and Robin. Yeah, a Batman book. And then I got Spider-Man and the X-Men, and I wanted to give an Eternals book a read just so I can kind of know some backstory, some lore from that. So yeah, that is all the books that I am showing off today. Thank everyone for stopping by. That was a lot. Only one thing left to do is start on it. You know, I'm reading these Lord of the Rings books right now, and the books that I have from the library. So maybe after I'm done with those, but I also wanted to read the Harry Potter books. I have so many things on my list, so we'll see. We'll see. I don't know when I'm going to start it, but yeah, once again, I want to thank everybody for coming out, hanging out with me, enjoying what I have in my collection as far as books are concerned. Like I said, like this video if you enjoy collection videos like this. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. I would greatly appreciate it. Follow me on social media: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, Letterboxd, Goodreads. This is a good segment to tell you guys to follow me on Goodreads, because I do log every single book that I read. So I don't know if you guys have that app, but if you're into books, if you're into things like that, it's basically a Letterboxd for books. So Letterboxd is for movies, where you can log them. Stacy, whoa, so many books. Yeah, I do have a lot of books. I'll probably read it over the summer. Good luck, man. Good luck. That's probably the only thing you're going to be reading over the summer. All right, we are out on this one. I appreciate you guys. Thank you again, and I'll catch you later. Peace.